Yep. Here we go again. Another episode, Crazy Good Talks with your boy. All right, we're going to hop right into this one. And 6 Summers out now. I feel blessed. I feel real blessed. 6 Summers. It's been a while. All glory to God for the opportunity to do what I do. 6 Summers, 6 albums, 1 EP. Not too shabby. Anyhow, Apple Music, Spotify, 6 Summers, Joshua, Joshva. Enough of that. Let's hop into life. Right? Life has been teaching me. Teaching. The theme for this past month or so for me has been humility. Still on that. It's so many layers to humility. And it's just like, it's just a lot. I think it's a lot there to unpack. But daily I am trying to chip away at that and learn what I can learn from it. Lifelong pursuit. I feel like that's crucial on that. So where am I at? Where am I at? So right now it's kind of like, okay, I know where I want to go with this. So failing big. Don't just fail big. Right? This past year for me has been a very, very, very interesting, dynamic year for me. I've seen ups, I've seen downs, I've learned things that I've been waiting years to like understand and learn, that I finally started to grasp. One of the biggest things towards the end of this year, not towards the end of this year, I'm talking October to October of last year to October of this year, that I'm starting to understand is things change and things can change quickly. Where I was at this time last year versus where I am and who I am at this time this year. Drastically different. Right? 2 totally different people. I had to go against the odds in some unconventional ways and bet on me and invest on me, and it's funny how much can change in a year. And good or bad, good and bad. Right? And it's encouraging, it's challenging. It's definitely challenging. But that's where growth is, right? So it's just, at times I have reserves about where I am in the process. Just to give a little bit of backstory, as far as like, I've had to take chances on myself. So I've had to make different decisions, and it's landed me in some predicaments, in a sense of, as far as like debt and owing a little bit, and just a position I've never been in. And I felt some type of way about it because it's a position I never wanted to be in. But what I'm learning from being in this position is this knowledge I didn't have. I don't think that I could have learned what I needed to learn without going through what I went through. Even the appreciation that I have for the knowledge that I've acquired now, the different courses that I'm taking to learn, I don't think I put so much emphasis behind them now like I do had I not just went through the year that I went through. I don't think it resonates with me last year, me doing what I'm doing, reading what I'm reading, learning what I'm learning. I don't think it resonates with that Josh last year. I don't think it penetrates. I don't think I'm able to convert and actually learn what I needed to learn had I not went through this year. So it's just like, it's tough for me. I talk out of both sides of my mouth because sometimes I'm like upset about my situation, but at the same time, I'm just like, I know that it couldn't have been any other way. And not only that it couldn't have been any other way, I didn't know any better, but I didn't have any alternative. Right? It's easy to look back in hindsight, right? And know the answers to the game and then be like, oh yeah, why didn't you just do that? That didn't exist. You didn't have the answers at that point. So it's like me taking my own advice as far as like not condemning myself, who I was last year, and beating myself up last year for not even not doing what I was supposed to be doing, not knowing what I was supposed to know. It's just I didn't have the knowledge to know, okay, try this or do that or whatever the case may be. I didn't have the knowledge. So it's like I try not to beat myself up because now that I've acquired the knowledge and I look back and they're like, okay, I would have done that. I would have still done what I did, but I would have done it differently. I would have done bang, bang, bang. Like knowing that, but I can sit there and what if all I want, but that wasn't the circumstance. And this is the circumstance and this is where I'm at. So that's what I got to learn from. Right. So it's like learning from, again, I said this before, but it's learning, not beating yourself up for who you were. Not doing that and understanding that you didn't have the knowledge prior to. So it's just like it's tough to condemn yourself for something that you didn't have the knowledge prior to do. You know what I mean? That's kind of one thing that's definitely been standing out to me at this point. And I think a lot of people struggle with that, making sense of that. And I think just the awareness of that alleviates a lot of the tension. Right? Alleviates a lot of the tension. And then what else? I want to talk about the I want to talk about the skill of meeting other people. Right? It's an important quality. It's an important skill. And me being in a position that I'm in, as far as like, I call it having to go out and shake hands, kiss babies, like trying to make new friends, new connections, new networks, whatever the case may be. I realize how much I suck at it. Let's say I suck at it. I don't naturally enjoy it. A lot of people who know me, if you know me, I tend to stay to myself. I tend to just get the work done. I tend to always look inside instead of look outwards for others. And I feel like God's been challenging me in a sense of trying to be out there more and in community more. And it's definitely been a challenge. And I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm still trying to understand the value in it. I know that there is. I wouldn't be attempting to do so if I didn't believe that there was. But at times I can't fully see it. I can't say that I'm completely sold, but I'm doing and I'm trying to be different. And I think it goes to challenging yourself, right? Challenging yourself, pushing yourself, making yourself uncomfortable. Because another thing I realize is even with what I've accomplished and where I am, I don't feel like I am who I want to be. I don't think that this is the best version of myself. And I know that's I don't think there's ever going to be a best version of myself. The standard for that will continue to grow and grow and grow. But there's room for improvement. There's room for improvement. Like I can seriously sit and say with all, this is going to sound savage, but like, I don't know why. How would I say this? Well, let's say this. The Josh from the last couple of months or prior to, I don't know why you would want to associate with him. I know why you would want to associate with him, but like, I wouldn't willingly associate with him in a sense of I can't talk right now. I was about my work. I was focused. I didn't really care about anything else outside of what I was trying to get done. Granted, I did have a passion to help others in the meantime, though. Like I did have a passion I like being able to like help elevate what others are doing, but you need to be doing something. I don't like just being like you're not doing anything and then you kind of trying to like rely on me to do everything. Like I like to help people that are helping themselves. But just from like a friend standpoint, I'm just like, there's the few core people that I do give my time to, but I was just like, I had to step outside of myself and be like, yeah, would I want to be my friend? And I'm just like, I don't know. I make it very, I would because I personally would have, because I'm the type of person where I like somebody that's more self-sufficient and everything. But I realized stepping outside of myself to the average person is not to my, like, does not think the way I think. And I look at who I would like to be, even just being more Christ-like. And I look at all of those things and I'm just like, I'm not that. Like Jesus loved hanging with people and such and such and such. I cannot sit and say I have that passion. And it bothers me sometimes because I'm like, it's not good. I would like to be more Christ-like. So, long story short, challenging yourself, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone to do something, to try something, to become something that you'd like to be, or a better version of yourself, I think is important. And that's definitely one thing that I've been on a ride of. And then this thing I kind of want to talk about is, come on, I have it on my head. Come on. So the other thing I want to talk about is going to be the idea of having to do things you don't want to do in order to become who you need to become or want to become. And that's the one that's been messing me up a little bit. Because it's like, and I preach it a lot. It's go after, do what you want to do, pursue your passion, this, and that, bang, 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 bang. But what I've been finding is that a lot of times I'm in a position where I have to do something I don't want to do in order to get a result that I need, then that will turn into me being able to do what I want to do. But it's just like I keep coming back to this place of having to do something that I don't want to do in order to thing. Like I know I want to be a better version of myself. I know I don't like naturally to be in the mix, and so I don't have those is that I don't care to. But it's just like I know that in order to become a better version of myself, I now have to subject myself to that. That's tough. That's challenging to me. I know that from a practical standpoint, it's as far as like sales. I know I'm gifted in sales. I know I'm able to dominate in that arena as far as like I can hold my own and I can do my thing. I am not passionate about it at all. At all. But every time I step into that arena, I'm able to provide for myself financially to be able to do the other things that I want to do. Everything keeps coming at a trade-off. And I'm just like, I know I keep preaching this. Do what you want to do. Find your passion. Do that. Don't do anything else. But I'm starting to question. I don't have the answer. But I'm questioning myself, and I'm like, well, is it always going to be do something that you don't want to do in order to be who you want to be? Because when I look at it even simpler, when I break my day down, as far as like, I know what I'd like to be. Let's just random, the gym, right? I know where I'd like to be weight wise and body wise and such and such. But I have to do what I don't want to do, i.e. go to the gym every day, lift, bang, do whatever, workout, eat, such as eat the right things, blah, 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 that, to have what it is that I want. So I'm just like, is that the formula? And then one, if it is, okay, I'm excited, like, okay, then that's the formula. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, like to continually do what you don't want to, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's over time it starts to wear on me. I think in the beginning it's cool, like for the first year it's cool, the first 3 years is cool, first 5 years is cool. But it's just like you get to a point where you're just like, you feel like you're giving so much, and then you feel like, for me personally, you feel like the result isn't even, it's not, at times you feel like the result is not even worth the work. Like it costs more than what you get. Right? And it's just like, in the back of your head, it's you got to put in the hours, you got to do the work. It'll make sense down the line. It's like you try to stick to what the facts are and what you know for fact, but it gets, in the midst of the journey, it gets tough, it gets rough, like, and you try not to lose sight of it, but I don't know at this point. I don't know. I can only say what I'm going through, and these are just the random thoughts that are running through my head at this point. So having to do what you don't want to do in order to get what you want to get, or put yourself in a position to be where you want to be. And it's like, I feel like once I can accept that, it'll make things easier, but I think it removes an expectation of everything having to be fun or everything having to be passion. And it helps to a certain degree to like not have that level of expectation of it having to be this or that. And it'll allow me or free me to actually just do, or actually just try my best in the moment to push through in those times where I don't want to do it, or whatever the case may be. And as I keep on talking, I kind of know the answer, but I don't want to, I'm going to keep it to myself, and I'm going to let you guys just decipher that for your own, come to your own conclusion. But it's just, that has been really challenging me. But we out here. We gonna continue to fight. I'm telling you, the days, there's good days, there's bad days. But one thing that has been not easier, but like clearer to me, and I feel like my bounce back time has been quicker. So it's just like, I realize, like, even when I don't get things and it's not making sense to me and I get frustrated, I allow myself to be frustrated for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes 6 hours, 8 hours. I allow myself to be frustrated, but I'm not expecting to be happy every day. And this is going to sound weird, right? Like, yes, I want joy, I want happiness, but I understand that there's different emotions. So like when I'm not happy or if I'm upset, that's just it's a signal. I'm trying to read my feelings, and I understand, like, if I start to feel another type of way, okay, that's a signal for me to try to figure out what's going on there. There still is, if I'm completely honest, but there's less of, oh, woe is me. Oh my God, it's just me. It's me. Everything's happening. It's not even that. It's like, okay, this is normal. This is supposed to happen. And I'm trying to navigate it. But like I said, it's sunny days and it's rainy days. But it's just like, keep on plugging along. And that's kind of where I'm at. And that is it for this episode. Eat it!